How's everybody doing today? It's me, Scott Bowerman, the Fly Guy, Pro Tire Daiichi, and big fish like big food. So here we got a 3-inch zonker minnow that's going to flash and move like crazy in the water, and it's on a 4X long hook. It's a mustad by chance. 79/580 size 2. So let's get this one out of the vise and we'll get started. Get our hook in our vise, and the one thing we need is a piece of lead tape. Some call it zonker tape, some call it just lead tape. Let me get this straighter. There we go, that's straighter. I buy it in the bulk. You know, here's a couple pounds of it. You can get it in the bulk if you tie a lot of zonkers from an electrical supply house. I'll cut a piece about 1 inch. That's all. It's got an adhesive back. I'm going to fold that lead tape over the hook. Want to leave enough space to where I can have a head and be able to fasten something on the back of the hook shank. So I'm going to fold it over. Let me get this tape right out of our way. And now what we need is some mylar. Oh, not yet. I got ahead of myself. We have to make this into the shape of a keel or a minnow shape. So I'm going to take it out of the vise. I'm going to start towards the bend, and I'm going to cut and trim. And there we have kind of a minnow shape. To our fly. This is lead, so it's going to be makes the fly weighted. Now what we need is a little bit of this minnow flash, minnow body. This is pearl. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from behind the hook eye to just maybe a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch past the bend of the hook. Now this has got a cord in it, so it's very difficult to cut. A lot of times I can get my bodkin and push the core out. You want to be very gentle with this because it's just woven. If you handle it a lot before you tie it on, it will have a tendency to fray apart. So here's your cotton cord. Throw that away, and we're going to take this hollowed out pearl mylar and we're going to slide it right onto our hook. And here I have 3/0 black monocord. I'm going to start this right in front of our lead. Now I'm going to wrap right down to the hook eye. Now I'm going to cut that tag off. Now in the back, what I'm going to do is I have this red 3/0 monocord. And I'm going to pull this tinsel back, and you can see in there, and you can see where that lead is. And I'm going to secure this mylar behind our lead body. And you can see we kind of have a minnow shape there. Now I'll cut that tag off. And this is going to be the tail of our minnow that flashes a lot, just like the body. You can see the body flashing. And now what we want is some rabbit strip. We're going to use olive rabbit strip. This is a hairline product. And they're usually square at the end like that. We're going to take our scissors, poke it through the fur, and just kind of run it up, and that's going to shave the hair off. Now we have just a piece of leather there. We're going to cut a point that's less than 1/4 of an inch that we stripped the fur off from. Now we have that point on there. We're going to lay that right down the back of our fly with that point heading right towards our hook eye. And we're going to secure that with our working thread. Going to wrap right up. We'll cover up all that leather with our working thread, hopefully. And now we will tie a whip finish. And we will pull it tight, cut our black thread. Okay, there's the front. Now we have to fasten this rear of the fly. And we're not going to stretch the leather, we're just going to pull it tight. We're going to take our bodkin, you know, just a needle with a handle on it, that's all a bodkin is. We're going to push it through right where our red thread is and part the fur of the rabbit. And now just wet our fingers and just like when you were little kids and your mom fixed your hair. Now we're just going to hold that down, several wraps to secure it. That little bit of red also helps as an attractor. 3 half hitches. Let's cut our thread. What we're going to do now is we're going to push our scissors through at the bend of the hook. We're going to push our scissors through the fur and cut only the leather. Now I'm going to prep this for another fly already before I even set it down. That's just going to speed process up for tying. So now we're going to fix our hair. And there's the gist of it right there, but let's make it so it can actually see. Let's put some eyeballs on it. And here we're going to use Hairline's Adhesive Ice, 1/8 inch, silver with a black pupil. And they're on a piece of paper just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the point of our bodkin, press under an eye, and there we have an eye on the end of our bodkin. We're going to put it on the side of the head of the fly, kind of position it with our fingernail. Now you can see we have one eye on the side. We're going to get a second eye, place it on the opposite side of the head, position it with our fingernail. Now you can see we've got our eyes on. And what we're going to use now is we're going to use Loon UV Fly Finish Thin. And I'll have my UV torch or UV lamp ready, or light. And I'm just going to go right down the top and put a nice little coat in between the eyes. Hit it with our light Takes about 15 seconds for a good solid cure. We'll turn it over. Do the bottom. Same thing, just a nice application in between the eyes. Hit it with our torch. I'm going to just gently glaze and go in a circle over the eye. Hit it with the torch. Turn it over. Hit it with our torch. I'll give it a kind of a spin. And now there's going to be a little tack to this, so what I use now is flow, UV clear fly finish flow, and that's going to put a zero tack finish on our threads, or on our head of our fly. So we're going to just brush this on, not getting it in the hook eye or on our rabbit. And now we'll hit it with our torch again. And you can see how it reflects from this black light. This fly shines something fierce in the water. And there you have a zonker minnow. Big fish love big flies. And this is a minnow, and they love to eat minnows. So I'm Scott Bowerman, Daiichi Pro Tire, the Fly Guy, owner of Fly Guy Fly Shop. I hope everybody can tie some of these up, get them in your fly box, and go out and have a productive day. Be safe, and everybody, tight lines. We'll see you on the water. Bye-bye now.